Okay guys, it's horror update time again. Got a couple titles that I want to show you and talk about. But first up, I want to give a shout out to Aaron Pinn. Earlier in the month I was watching one of his videos, and he was saying that his local Dollarama had started stocking horror movies for Halloween. And I remembered last year I was able to get a lot of cool stuff at Dollarama stores. So I figured, you know what, I better take a look before they're all gone. Went to a couple of locations. The first location had nothing. The second location did have some stuff, although there wasn't a bin. It was actually, the movies were in the discount rack with the other movies, with the regular films. So I went through, found a couple of things that I wanted. I'm hoping as we get closer to Halloween that the other stores will ramp up their stock, and I'll be able to get some cool stuff like I did last year. Alright, so first up we have 13-13-13, and that's one of those date-based horror films that were popular like 3 or 4 years ago. Like I remember there was 11-11-11 and 12-12-12. This film, however, I don't think has anything to do with those films, although this is an Asylum release, and I'm pretty sure 12-12-12 was as well. So basically, this one's using a Mayan type calendar, I guess. That's how they're getting by, because there is no 13th month, so we got the title's kind of stupid. But on whatever this supposed 13-13-13 date, people will get possessed, like a mass possession from demons or something like that, and they're all going crazy. Like in the back here it says bizarre and shocking horror in the tradition of The Exorcist and The Crazy. So I guess someone tried to do a mash of those two films or whatever. And they got this really cool image on the back, which I know is not going to be in the movie because they don't have the budget, because it's an Asylum release. This almost reminds me of something you would see in Army of Darkness or something like that. I think there's a scene like that where Ash splits into two. But hopefully this one is so bad it's good fun, as opposed to just being plain bad. Asylum movies go either way, so it's hard to say. So first up, 13-13-13. Next up, we have These Final Hours. And this is an Australian end-of-the-world film. I've been wanting to see this one for a bit, and I'm kind of glad I waited on it, because I was going to pay a lot more than $3 for this movie, had I picked it up when it first came out. So, really decided to check this one out. Not too sure what it's about. I remember it's like the last 12 hours on Earth or something like that, and this guy finds a little girl, and I think he's trying to bring her back to her family or something like that. I'm not too sure. So I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. Heard good things about this one. Okay, next up we have a TV box set, and it's the complete first season of The Strain. This is a pretty cool vampire TV show. This was co-created by Guillermo del Toro. I guess it was based on his series of books that came out a few years ago. And this one, from watching this really reminded me a lot of Blade 2. Like the look of the vampires, because the vampires in that movie and this series are very, very unsexy. Like, you know, these are no Twilight vampires here. Like, you know, they have no genitals, and you can't really kiss them, and you don't think you want to, because they got these weird kind of snake tongue things that come out of their throats and stuff like that. Really, really cool. And of course there's like the bloodworms too, which is actually scarier than the vampires themselves. But meaning to pick this one up for a bit. I've always liked this artwork, so really happy to have this one. I picked this up for $10 at Walmart. For a while there, I almost bought it a few weeks ago for $16, so I'm glad I waited on this one. There's not very much in the way of special features on this. Just like 3 featurettes. Like in the beginning, a novel approach, and Stratakion's Lair. So those are the 3 featurettes. I wish there was some commentary. I'd love to, you know, at some point I wouldn't be surprised if they actually release a deluxe edition of this that actually has commentaries, and then I'll be kind of pissed. But what are you going to do? Okay, and last up for this update, we have a box set, a horror box set from Blue Underground. And that's the Blind Egg collection. And that includes Tombs of the Blind Dead, Return of the Evil Dead, the Ghost Galleon, and Night of the Seagulls. And this I bought used at Game Cycle. And at the time, you know, I didn't really want to spend money for it, because I've been looking at the set for a while online, and I saw it there, and I figured, you know what, I'm just going to trade in some films I didn't want, because my collection is kind of out of control a little bit, so I got rid of some films that I kind of hated. The only thing was, I didn't get much on trade-in that I would have preferred to have gotten. So now I'm in a situation where it's like, you know, I'm not going to be trading in any more films. I got to find another avenue for when I want to move stuff, like maybe trading or something like that, as opposed to trading in for stored credit, because they didn't really give enough, which is kind of BS, because if they find something rare, they jack up the price on it, and they probably only paid like $1 or $2 for the thing, and turn around and charge like, you know, 20-30 bucks for something is ridiculous. Alright, so I'm going to open this up and talk a bit about this. Alright, so of course this is the Coffin Box. You see, it's a little narrower than I thought, but here we go. And here are the movies. Now they're all out of order. We got Tombs of the Blind Dead, Return of the Evil Dead, The Ghost Galleon, and Night of the Seagulls. When I opened this up, I realized it was a little bit, there's a little extra space in here, but I couldn't really be sure. Now, you should have researched it before I picked this up, because at first I thought it was missing like a little booklet, but I think it's missing a special features disc, which might have a documentary or something on that. So whoever pawned this off to them kept the disc for whatever reason, and then pawned off the movie, which is kind of silly, because now this guy's got the special features disc and not the movies, which would drive me crazy if I was in that situation. I'm so happy to have the movies though, and the box, but it would have been nice to have the special features disc. And I'll go through the movies real quick here. So first up, we have Tombs of the Blind Dead. There's the back here. Now there's not really much in the way of special features, which really makes me want to get that disc, which I'll have to find it somehow. It says alternate opening sequence, and then it says Revenge of the Planet Ape, which is kind of weird. And then it's got theatrical trailers and a poster and still gallery. And then here we go. There's the disc art, and there's some art in the chapter selection. There's two versions for this movie, the English and then Spanish. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna watch it in Spanish or not. Right. Next we have Return of the Evil Dead, and this one has pretty much no special features, just the theatrical trailers and the poster and still gallery. And let's open this up. I'm gonna show the disc art there for this one as well. There we go. And now the third film, The Ghost Galleon. Here's how to order here. There's the inside artwork, and there's the back. This one actually has Horror of the Zombies, so I don't know if that's like a featurette or something like that. This guy kind of looks like Jeffrey Combs. Let's see here. And last up, we have Night of the Seagulls. And there's the back here. No special features, and we'll do the little inside thing. So, and there's that there. So at some point I'm going to have to see if I can get my hands on the special features disc for this series. You know, it's becoming a thing with me. Alright guys, so this is my haul. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.